I want to say something. This is so powerful, guys. Talk about the laziest way to millions. By the way, anybody here owns land? Owns land? Okay. So when people have land, you have to be creative to make it happen. The thing I don't want to do, I'm sharing my experience, here's how I made money, here's how I survived downturns in the economy in the 80s, in the 90s, and 2000s, is I don't go into projects that I'm gonna develop from scratch. I just don't do that. However, I am more than happy to work with developers, and I make it easy for the developer, because remember, the developer has to pay cash for the land, then has to go get some construction loan, and to do construction loan or get a construction loan, he has to pledge the land. He has to also, I say he or she, can actually put cash deposit with the bank to do what's called phase 1 financing, phase 2 financing, phase 3, because it's like a construction loan. It's very costly for them. That's why they can go bankrupt. However, if you own the land and they did a great job to say, this one does storage facilities, this one does apartment building, this one does residential. So now you have a land and you call a bunch of these people, and one after the other will tell you, well, this would be best for apartment building, or this would be best for storage. You know, we don't do this, you can call so and so. Next thing you know, you got a developer that you can work a deal with them. You're only limited by your knowledge, creativity, and ability to communicate. And you tell them, what can I do to help you make it happen? Well, how much do you want for the land? You say, well, I want, I don't know, 400,000, let's say you want. Now you can tell the developer, I would like you to come in and pay me 500,000 when you're done. So now you got what you want plus some, because you're helping them come in without paying you for the land. You give them the lease with an option to buy, or the right to build and then pay you when they're done and they can start selling. You see how it works? And now the developer is loving it because they don't have to fork 400,000 up front. They can now just go and get the building permit, we'll have you sign certain things, and now they can start developing. You're getting this? And what's the downside for you? Nothing, because you're gonna write it that if they don't exercise the option or pay you this or pay you that by this date, you get whatever improvement they made on the land is gonna be yours. So there will be ways for you to make it happen. They can even get some bonds for performance. It's called performance bonds with insurance company. You're protected. I'm doing a project. Again, I said I don't like to do developments, but here's what happened. We got a property and there was a house on it, it's a big property. My brother is the one that got it in Los Angeles. He likes to do developments, but he's very cautious. So he does it in stages, and he does all cash, does not do any loan. So he doesn't fall, you understand? Because if you have no leverage, you can't lose, you just can't lose. So we got the land and I said, okay, I'll do it with you. We're doing it cash. We destroyed the house and we got the approval for 20 condos. Actually, the street is gonna be called Medawar Way. And our last name's kind of funny. But anyway, so we're ready to build, and KB Homes, you know KB Homes? They're pretty big. They called us and they said, we want it. So what do you want? They said, well, can you work with us? So we could sell the land, like we got the land for a couple million. They offered 3.8. And my brother said, well, this is great. We'll take it and we're done. We don't have to do anything. So I talked to KB. What if we actually let you build without paying now, and when you're done, when you sell, you start paying us, we end up making 5 million, 1.2 million more to wait. Will you wait? Yeah. Please wait and get 1.2. And the developer is happy. But then my brother now is coming up with ideas like, but wait a minute, if we develop it, we'll end up making 8 million. It's like, okay, now you want to do the work. You understand? I prefer to make money with less work. I don't know why. I don't mean to be lazy. I am not lazy at all. I think you could see. I go to the beach and I sit for a few minutes and I'm just like, okay, somebody got to play volleyball. Somebody got to do something here. You know what I mean? I'm rallying people. You just married? You're on honeymoon? Okay, you got to do some exercising, man. It's good for you. And then we start, I rally the people to do something, you know? Can't just sit. But if the developer is going to come in and develop it, why do houses? There's a lot of money in land. A lot of money. All right? And the key thing is the actual location and the size of the land. And you can develop it in stages. If the land is 10 acres, don't try to sell it all at once. Just sell a part, because when they develop this part, the rest becomes way more valuable. You're getting that? Okay, good. I got too excited about this. Can you lease it to them? You can do a land lease. Like the hotel deal with my student friend Scott, he's gonna do the land lease for so many years. And a land lease is like a quadruple net. You understand? They're gonna make a payment. There is no other expense. They pay the property tax, they're gonna build something. So it's just pure income coming in. So the multiplier, when he sells it, the cap rate is 4%. That means for every 40,000, you get $1 million. Because it's a land lease. So beautiful. Brings tears.